Hey guys, what's going on? Paul here and welcome back to another Cardano video. If you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you never miss an update, as what we have here is 100% Cardano content, and it is amazing to see that we are about to cross 10,000 subscribers today. It has been a little bit under 3 months since I started this channel fully dedicated to Cardano, and it's crazy to see the support that's out there. So thank you so much to everyone that tunes in for the videos, that hits that like button. That really does help the channel, helps it grow by you hitting the like button, leaving comments below, and also sharing the videos out there. So what we're going to talk about today is the price movement of Cardano. After I woke up and seen the price, I'm sure like myself, no one holding Cardano had any problems getting up this morning when they seen that price. So what we'll do is we will look at the price movements. We look at what has happened since last Tuesday when I done my last video on this. We look at what's happened since then, look at where we are right now and where we can potentially go next, with discussing the different levels in the market that will have an impact on these moves. What I think is that we are only getting started with everything that is rolling out for Cardano throughout February and throughout the next few months. There is a lot more to come. I'll also talk about the most common question that's hitting my inbox right now and has been hitting it over the last 2 weeks really with these moves is, should I sell now and buy back lower? So I'll give you my opinions on it, and then you guys need to make your own decisions. Let's jump in and take a look at the price. And actually, just before that, for anyone who really wants to help support the channel, do not forget that if you are delegating or staking your ADA, then my own Cardano stake pool is under the ticker Paul, details below, and I really do appreciate that. So let's jump in. Okay, so you can see on my chart now that I have the ADAUSD price up. For people who watch my videos, you know that I normally start with Bitcoin and we look at where Bitcoin has been and where it's going, because it generally pulls all of the coins with it. But right now, ADA is going parabolic, so we need to start there. If I just show you quickly the comparison chart here, so you can see that while on top is the Bitcoin USD price, on the bottom is ADAUSD. So Bitcoin has been trending sideways here, while ADA has been going kind of parabolic at the minute. So let's stick with ADAUSD for now, and then we will look at the ADABTC price, which I always show as well. For me, again, long term, that is the important chart too. When I done the video on Tuesday, we were somewhere over here. Let's see, we're somewhere around here. We hadn't come up here yet. I think we're around this candle here. So what I said was I wanted to see us coming up to the 44-45 cent range, and then coming back down and retesting the 41 cent mark. So that's exactly what we got. We came up here, we bounced off around the 45-45.5 cent region and came back down to retest 41.5. Then we moved along this channel, tried to go up again and came back down. So we've got 3 tests of this level. So 41.5 cent was a previous resistance point. And for anyone new, resistance points are where the price in the market has struggled to go above in the past. So we struggled to get above this in the past, and a lot of times when you finally do break resistance points, they can then become support. So the price then struggles to go below them. So what we see is right now, I would see 41.5 cent as a very strong support level in this market. So we came down, we held up 1, 2, 3 times. Very, very strong to see. So you can see I drew a new line here, and actually I got a suggestion to put the lines in green on the chart, that they're easier to see in the videos. So let me know down below if they are. I think they probably are easier than the blue lines that I used to have on it. So we've came up above. So again, this was 1, 2. We were starting to see a bit of resistance here, but then we exploded up through it here. Green candles are really, really good to see. So these ones moving on up and up and up are incredible to see. But for a healthier market, this is what I like to see. Exploding up in price here, and then trending sideways a bit, finding a bit of a base before making the next leg up. So that's what I would personally like to see here on this price at the minute. So right now, as I record this, we're still moving aggressively to the upside, which, look, there's a big part of me is very, very happy to see this. But for those of you that are long-term holders like myself, then what we would like to see here is maybe a bit of a pullback and find a little bit of a ranging zone here with the ultimate low side being 45 cent. If we start to dip, I would really like to see us holding this 45 cent level. If we don't, then the next one we look at is 41.5 cent. But at the minute, if we get some ranging movement here to the side over today, maybe over the weekend, if we hold this 50 to 52 cent range, then that would be extremely positive to then look next week to move up towards the 60, maybe even 70 cent mark. So if we look back, if we scroll right out on the chart, so there's actually the old blue line, so you can compare the green to the blue and see which you guys prefer. They were all when I started the channel. These were the lines. This is where we were talking about the price all back here and moving up through the different levels. So it's great to see we've established completely new levels now. So if we scroll back to the 2017 move, this here is where we got the 41.5 cent range. So it was over here back in May 18. This is the level when we tried to get up, we got rejected down. Same thing here. And then when we were falling, it was 41.5 cent was our support. But when we finally broke down through it here, it became the resistance point from then on. So there is just showing you how support flips to resistance. So right now we are here. So again, it's when we tried to come back up, we hit this region here, which was around the 51 cent mark. That was right here on this green candle you can see. So again, if we can find some ranging movement sideways, it's very positive. Then moving up, next levels you're looking at up around the 70 cent mark. So between 50 and 70 cent, there's not a whole lot of history there in any important levels. So that will be the next big target from here. Let's take a quick look at ADABTC. My 782 level, I think I'm going to have to stop talking about it very soon. If you look, and I didn't actually change that to green, so we'll do that now. Let's change it to a green color and make it a bit thicker so it's easier to see on the videos. I think we're going to have to start looking at a new level, and when somewhere in around here would be the new level, would be around this 1100 sats level. I will straighten this up after the video. I'll look at it properly and put it in, so you'll see this on my new charts that I put out on social media. You will see this new level. The reason for that is because when we came up, we got rejected here, and this was our channel moving sideways. So again, huge move to the upside, broke us out of this, and when we came back down, we tested this level here, which was previously where we had struggled to pass. So again, this is what we're looking at now, and actually that is another older line there. Undo that. We will turn this blue line green as well. Let's turn this green so it's easier to see. Again, when I mentioned this before, I was saying that this was a minor resistance level, but it's interesting to see how technicals hold up. So people who've been watching my charts know that this price level here has been on it for a while, and it has some significance in the past. But again, I don't expect much resistance here. The one above that is where we really look, which is the 1597. So in terms of sats, that is the next strong resistance point, I would say. So again, that's it for the ADABTC chart. Now, the important question that I keep getting asked. Should you, I suppose, going back to the ADAUSD chart for this, should you sell out now and try and buy back lower? So I've been getting this question since back here, and it's the same answer from me, is that personally, I'm not selling out, because yes, we've seen some incredible movements to get up here. I was getting this question here, and this is what I was saying. I still think there is a lot more upside to this. Yes, there could be pullbacks, and after this huge movement here, I would expect some pullbacks here, maybe down to the 45 cent that we mentioned, but they're not guaranteed. So I wouldn't be selling now in the hope of buying back lower. It's just not worth the stress for me. For what I'm doing personally is I have the huge majority of my ADA away in a cold storage wallet and staking with my own stake pool, which you guys can do if you want to help support. So that's where I keep most of my ADA, and that's where it's going to stay for the long term. When this market moves up and we cross the $1 range, that's where I will start to reassess and look at what are the next levels that we can potentially get to in this bull market. So again, finishing above $1 is what I see as a huge success for this year. And when you look at the big price movements here, people say, oh, $1 is nothing. But you have to take into account that where we have came from. So if you come all the way back to the 1st of January, we were down here at 17, 18 cent. So finishing above $1 is a 5.5x return for the year. Yes, I think we're going to hit a lot higher than that during the year, but if we can hold solid on that $1 level and move up next year then to the $2, $3, $4 mark, that is where I'm personally looking at. But when we get above the $1 mark and when we flip the $1 price tag to something like this solid support we have at 41, that's when we can realistically look at where we're going to move up to next. So for me, I wouldn't sell at these levels in the hope of buying back, but for some other people it might be the right decision. Everyone needs to make up their own minds on it and stick to it. So don't have any regrets. If you sell out now and you take profit out of the market, then profit is profit. It's always good to have it back into your bank. For me personally, I see so much more upside. So for me, that's what I'm doing. I'm holding on and waiting to see where this goes, and I'll be reassessing all the time. So make sure you hit the subscribe and the notification bell so that if my own personal opinion changes on that, I will let you guys know. But as always, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm telling you and sharing with you what I'm personally doing, and that may help you in your own research and decision. So if you got some value, guys, please do hit the like button, hit subscribe, notification bell, and I will talk to you very soon. Also, give the video a share if you think others can benefit from this type of content. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon.